So I already cut this off, but what happened the other day is, so you got your release pins here. As you can see, I've got it kind of strapped together here. The strap is holding it together. The, I guess, attachment plate on the machine slipped out of its pocket here. That part's supposed to be in there. So this is a grapple, so I was dumping a load of stuff, bumped the controls, I guess, to lift the main arm. Just kind of bumped it to shake the stuff off after I opened it up. And when I did that, the grapple just about completely fell off the machine. It came out of the pocket here. And when it did that, I already cut this off, but basically this is the one side and it's not really bent, I don't think, but this is supposed to be straight. Well, this is, as you can see, is curved up on the other end. Basically, the grapple came loose, and then the pin that was still caught in the bottom of the attachment plate on the skid steer, it basically got caught in it, and then the grapple kind of rotated and just bent that pin. But that was the only thing that kept it from completely falling off. I guess this one just didn't get caught and worked out of the hole there, and then this one stayed in there for whatever reason. I guess I'm kind of glad that it did that, though, because I'm thinking it probably would have ripped off my hydraulic hoses, because the whole grapple would have just fallen to the ground like 4 feet. So anyways, but what I've done is I've cut this loose, and this is still kind of stuck in there, but I'm trying to be careful because I don't want it to just completely fall. I've got it kind of strapped up here, but I'm gonna take these blocks off, or at least take the set screws out, and then I've got some actual hitch pins that I'm gonna try to use instead of these here. So dang, actually looks like it just about cut through that spring. I'll probably have to get another one of those. But so anyways, the reason I think this happened, though, and you'll see later, is, so yeah, this is the bottom of the grapple plate. And this is the I guess the mounting accessory plate on the skid steer. When this goes together, there's about a 1/2 inch or 5/8 inch gap between these two surfaces. So I think what happened is, because of that gap, that's basically what allowed this to slip out of here. So my plan is I'm going to kind of clean this up once I get the grapple off and it's kind of situated in a good spot. I'm going to take it and grind the inside surface of the top of this piece clean, and I've got some spacers that I'm gonna tack in place. Do a little bit of weld on. I don't think I need anything crazy, but just to help take up some of that slop. So I guess what I'm gonna do, once I get this out, I'm gonna start it up and try to reposition this arm up here and get this grapple situated a little more properly, to where I can work on it. All right, guys, so it's the next day. I'm going to show you what I was talking about earlier. All right, so my Chinese mini skid steer let me down the other day in a pretty big way. I wanted to kind of show whoever's interested in this, maybe help them. I think I have a fix. So I'm going to show that here. All right, so here I've got the grapple and the attachment plate. It should be pretty much on there, I think, as far as it'll go. But as you can see, we have all this gap here. Now, I'll be honest, I think the gap opened up a little bit since the thing just just about fell off. But the it wasn't much better than this. It still had a really big gap. So I think what happened is I had the grapple tilted forward, and it allowed this part to slip off of this lip. And because I had it kind of down and forward and was shaking it to kind of make the debris fall out of there. And the next thing I know, it fell off. So I think it's because of all this extra slop it has. So let me go grab what I'm going to weld it. All right, so here we have it. So I got to take the thing off, degrease everything, and grind the material a little bit. But here's the basic plan. This spacer is going to slip in here. I'm going to get it prepped to weld, and then I'm going to put these in here, put the pins in with the spacers on here. That way they're kind of lined up, and then I'm going to put, a little bit of a weld on each side of it. And these are just shaft collars for a 3/4 inch pin. The holes on this thing were pretty much 4 3/4 inch. On this here, they weren't quite 3/4 of an inch, so I used a 3/4 inch drill bit and a little milling bit and a Dremel tool to, I think on both sides I kind of had to open up this back edge here, and then a little bit on the inside. As you can see, it's really close, like on the inside. There's clearance on the outside, but not much on the inside. So I do that. So now I'm gonna put this grapple down. I'm gonna grind the surfaces in here, and then I will hook it back up and see what I can do to kind of tack them in place. I guess it's gonna be kind of difficult, but I'm gonna try to weld a little on each side of the little things. If not, I guess I'll put a little tack weld in the front, kind of in the front of it, where I can reach with my little welder, and we'll see where that gets us. So now one thing, and I don't think I'm gonna really be able to straighten it, is I think this did get bent down a little, because it looks like the clearance decreases as you go back. When I set on the ground, I may put a pipe wrench on it, something to kind of grab this lip and see if I can kind of bend that back up, but I don't think I'm gonna really be able to. So anyways, we'll see. All right, so I got the surfaces ground, got the zinc coating wire brushed off of these, so I'm about to put it together and see if we can weld it. All right, I'm back on it. Ignore my terrible welds. I wasn't in the greatest position, but I may come back and improve those. But so I've welded in these spacers here, and so far I think it's going to help a lot and will prevent the issue that I had the other day where this thing just about fell off. I mean, it basically did, but I haven't put the spring and a little block back in here yet. I'm trying to just get the job finished that I didn't get to finish the other day because this thing screwed up. I'm just trying to get that done. So I'm gonna do a little work. I'm gonna take this over there tomorrow night, work for a couple hours, hopefully, and then probably all day Friday. So for now, I'm gonna leave these pins in here. I'm gonna keep an eye on them, make sure they don't get caught on anything, and get pulled off of there. But so anyways, if you are having an issue where your attachments are just flopping around on your attachment plate, I guess you'd say, that's actually on the actual machine, you may want to look into this. You probably have way too much clearance right here. So I think it's going to work. And to be honest, I guess you really don't even need to weld this in there. As long as, see on my other pins, they weren't long enough. that this didn't even extend really out of the bottom of this. Barely came out. So this is a I think like a 6 1/4 inch usable length 3/4 inch pin, hitch pin from from Tractor Supply. So if you get a longer pin and do something similar to I did here, as long as you have good engagement coming out and you can, probably put a clip or something on there, you could just put this spacer in here. You don't even necessarily have to weld it. It's just to keep, this thing from, the attachment from flopping around on this. So anyways, hope that helps somebody. Take care. Have a good night.